All right, number 7 wants us to find the graph that shows this function, 2x plus 3 times x minus 2. And it's already factored out, and that is actually pretty helpful because we can set 2x plus 3 equal to 0, and that'll solve for x, and x minus 2 equal to 0, and those are going to give us the x-intercepts, or where it crosses the x-axis. So minus 3, we get 2x equals negative 3. Divide by 2, we get negative 1/2. Negative 1 1/2, rather. And then add 2 over here, add 2, and x is going to equal 0 plus 2 is 2. So those are our two solutions, negative 1.5 and 2, and that's where it crosses the x-axis. So right away, I can go ahead and look at this one. That's at negative 2. That's not negative 1.5. And this is at 1.5. That's not 2. So I already know it's not A. Let's see if there's any more I can eliminate just from doing the x-intercepts. So negative 1.5, that one's good. 2, that one's good. Let me move on. So negative 1.5, that's good. 2, that's good. Look at D. That one's wrong. It's negative 2 and 1.5, so it can't be D. So I've already eliminated 2 answer choices just by looking at the x-intercepts. All right. And I haven't even used my calculator, which I'm allowed to use. So let's do one more thing. How about we expand it out? And the reason we want to expand it out, that can give us the y-intercept. That can show us if it's opening up or opening down. So I'm going to do 2x plus 3. I'm just going to use the box method. You can also use FOIL. So an x minus 2, make my box. And then 2x times x is 2x squared. 3 times x is 3x. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. My diagonals are almost always going to be like terms, so 3x minus 4x is a negative x. I'm going to bring down my other two terms, the minus 6 and the 2x squared. So that's what that factors out to be. So my y-intercept there is negative 6. That's my y-intercept. So right away I can look at B, that's at a negative 6, so B checks out. C does not check out, so I've already eliminated C. And I'll give you even one more tool just to show you that you don't need to graph this to check it, because some of these are very similar. You know from the lead coefficient if it opens up or opens down. And a negative lead coefficient, so if it's got a negative lead coefficient, like a negative 2x squared for instance, then that would open down. This is a positive lead coefficient, so we know it has to open up. So looking at B and C, C opens down and B opens up. So it has to be B. Alright, and obviously you can graph that in your calculator and under y equals and just type it in with the parentheses as is, and you can see that B is your best choice. But be careful because these are very similar. A and B are very similar, and if you're just graphing it and not looking at your x-intercepts and y-intercepts carefully, because look, that had the right y-intercept, you may have been very, very tempted to pick A instead of B because they're very similar. The only difference is the x-intercepts were reversed. See what they did? Like they made that a positive 1.5 and that a negative 2. And that's backwards from what it should be. All right.